everyone, it's Deb with Finds of the NC Foothills, and today is Monday and I am going home from a full day of work. Have you ever had a day where you feel like you're working with half a brain? It's like I woke up this morning and my brain decided it was going to sleep in today. I just can't remember anything. I can't keep up with what I'm supposed to be doing. I just feel like I'm missing half of my brain today. So I'll be glad when it decides it wants to wake up and join the party, because I could really use it. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Please continue to pray for our lost souls in the recent air traffic tragedies. I cannot watch those replays of what happened to those poor people. Those are someone's loved one. So please pray for the families, pray for the souls. It's absolutely heartbreaking. But today, on a lighter note, I want to talk about Valentine's Day and how I feel about Valentine's Day as an older person, as an older woman. Now, this may not be very popular with my fellow females, and I apologize up front, but this is just how I feel about Valentine's Day. So, if you didn't know, Valentine's Day is the second largest holiday for cards, second to Christmas. That is crazy to me. It's the second largest holiday for cards. It's crazy. So do you remember when you were little and your mom would go and buy a box of Valentine cards, and you would spend, it felt like, hours going through each card, reading them, deciding what classmate would get what card. You'd put your name, maybe a little note in the card, and you'd put it in the envelope and you'd put their name on it. And then some years, you'd have like art class where you would make little Valentine folders for everybody to put your Valentine card in the folder, or you would just put them on each other's desk. But it was so exciting. And then on Valentine's Day, you'd get your cards and you'd go home and you'd read your cards and what everybody got you and what everybody said. It was very exciting as a kid. But then as you get older, the expectations change, the rules change. So when you're dating as a teenager, then you expect to get a card, flowers, stuffed animals, maybe jewelry, depending on how rich the young man was that you were dating. The expectations were really big, right? Might take you out to a steakhouse. So expectations changed. And girls would be very competitive. So what did you get for Valentine's Day? Well, what did you get? Well, I got a diamond ring. Well, I got this. Well, I got that. Very competitive for females back in the day. I remember 30 years ago, I worked for a large retailer, Walmart. I worked for Walmart. I was in the HR program, and I really felt bad for men that were coming in on a Valentine's Day. They were buying wilted flowers. They were buying cards that just, you would look down the aisle, the card aisle, and they would be 3 deep, just reaching over each other, picking out a card. And I was like, this can't be a lot of fun for them. This cannot be enjoyable. I remember a gentleman that I worked with. He was an older gentleman, had been married probably 40 years. He came to work the day after Valentine's Day, and he said, I gave my wife a Valentine's card. Of course, I didn't read it. And it said, love on our first year together. And I've always remembered that. It was so funny that he got his wife of 40 years a card that says, on our first year together. So I began to take a different look at Valentine's Day. And then I went into the corporate world, and I worked downtown. And women would sit by the phone at their desk waiting for security to call them to say, we've got something for you at the desk. Come down and get it. And it was always heartbreaking to see women sit by the phone all day and their phone not ring. It just broke my heart to see that. One year I got flowers. Not always say, do not get me flowers. It's too embarrassing and it's too much pressure. And one year I did get flowers, and I went back up to my floor and I gave each of the ladies a rose. Each one of the ladies who didn't get flowers, I gave them each a rose out of my flower arrangement, because number one, I felt so bad for them. And number two, I didn't want to carry those flowers 3 blocks to the parking deck to my car. So I just really took a different look at it then, because it became something that really hurt women instead of making them feel good. It was just so disappointing, right, for those that didn't get the call. So this is when I really started to turn on my experiences with Valentine's Day and really just didn't care for it. So this is how I feel about Valentine's Day. I don't like it. I feel that your loved one every day shows you they love you through the small things and the large things they do for you. You know, when my husband goes out and washes my car, or my husband goes and fills my car up so that I don't have to, I shouldn't take that for granted. And when I do his laundry, or I make things very comfortable for him, he should not take that for granted, right? There's nothing worse than hearing your husband say, I emptied the dishwasher for you. So appreciate the big things and the small things that your spouse does for you. I think it's too much pressure we put on our spouse to do something big on Valentine's Day. It feels too scripted. It doesn't feel authentic. It really doesn't. So I've told my husband every year, please do not buy me a card. Please do not spend money on flowers. Please don't do anything out of the way. I appreciate you for who you are, and I feel like it's too much pressure on you to do something that you have to do it because it's Valentine's Day. So I don't know how you feel about Valentine's Day. You may be someone who loves to lavish your spouse on this very special day. It makes you feel good when they go to their lady friends and brag about the things that you did for them on Valentine's Day. And that's good. That is good. Just like for me, I celebrate my husband and my birthday. I make a huge deal out of my husband's birthday. That is his special day. And we make a big deal out of it. To me, that is very important. And for other people, their birthday really is not that big a deal. They could care less. So it's all in how you look at things, but just in my experiences through the years, I just feel like it's too much pressure on the men. I feel like the expectation is too great. I feel like women get very disappointed when they don't get the things they think that they're going to get. I've seen it firsthand, and it makes me sad for them, because some of them just have rotten husbands who don't do good things for them any day of the year. They're just rotten. They don't appreciate their wives. And some wives think on this day, you know, they're going to have to do something really nice because it's Valentine's Day. If they're not going to do nice things for you every day, they're not going to do anything special on Valentine's Day. I'm sorry. So, if you agree with me, tell your spouse, I love you for what you do for me every day. I don't want to put any expectations on you for Valentine's Day. Please don't get me a card. Or you can get me a card. Please don't get me a card. Please don't buy me flowers. Please don't buy me a gift. Let's take that money, go to the grocery store, buy a couple of really nice steaks, and let's just grill out and enjoy the evening together. That's a great Valentine. And nobody gets their feelings hurt. And nobody feels pressure. It's a win-win. And you don't feed into the big consumerism of buying stuff. Because one who truly wins is big business, right? Big business wins. So that's my message for today. That's how I feel about Valentine's Day. I don't like it. Don't care for it. Wish it would go away. I know I'm going to make some people unhappy with that if you watch this video. And some people will be like, yeah, sign me up for that. Everybody's different. We're a big old diverse and inclusive world. With that, I hope you have a good day. Thank you for tuning in. Be good to yourself. Because if you're not good to yourself, how can you be good to anybody